Are we live? We are live. Hello. I think I wrote in the comments, or not the comments, the description of this live that I don't have anything planned. I had some. I was like brainstorming last night, trying to think of what I could do for February. I assumed I was going to do like a Valentine's Day themed spread, but I yeah, nothing was really clicking, nothing was really inspiring. So I just went to bed, hoping that something would click, hoping something would inspire me in the morning. And I was looking on Instagram today, and I saw some people I saw someone had done a Dutch door for a cover page, and I've always wanted to do that, but I don't really need a Dutch door in this journal for the cover pages. So I thought maybe I'd do like a painted paper, something with painted paper, since I haven't done that in a while. So where we are at right now is I have all the pink and sort of Valentine's Day themed supplies out. I went through my stash, and excuse the painted paper stuff here. I think I'm gonna try painted paper collage, but here's some of the sketching I was doing last night. But I went through and surprisingly don't have that much Valentine's Day themed stationery, but I found some pink heart sticker sheets, purple hearts. And then I know I have other like little tiny hearts and some like more graphic design style type hearts. So I could just do like decorations with the hearts. I found my old stash from Daiso had these like scrapbooking kits they released years ago. They were Disney themed. So I have these collage papers. Hi, Essie. Hi, Vexta. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm just explaining that I don't have a plan for today's live, but hopefully by the end of it, we'll have a completed February cover page. So I have these Disney themed scrapbook papers, and they're like, clearly this one is Frozen. I wish I had remembered to use these more in the winter. Like February is still technically winter and cold, but feels like February is kind of like Valentine's Day themed or Hobie birthday themed, and then March will be Yoongi birthday themed, and like moving into spring. Hi, Janet Lyra. Hello, hello. So I feel like I missed the boat on these wintry scrapbook papers, so that's fine. I've had them from years. I'll use them next year. And then there's like Dumbo. This was Snow White, which is cool. It's like apple themed, but it's Snow White themed, but it's not too obvious. So I think you could use it somewhere else. Little Mermaid. Clearly Alice in Wonderland. And what was this? Maybe this is also Alice in Wonderland. And some Snoopy ones. But anyway, yeah, the Beauty and the Beast one with Chip the teacup is kind of cute, but it's kind of pink and a little Valentine's Day-y, I think. And also, this one is Disney princess themed. It's like, oh, maybe I'll try to do something with this. And then I also have these cut-it-yourself stickers that I bought years ago before I learned that I don't like cut-it-yourself stickers. They're a pain to cut out. I mean, once I start cutting them out and I have a couple ready to go, they're fine. But these cool, like vintage style Valentine's themed stickers, which you can only use these one time a year, and that time is now. And I was planning to destash these, but I thought I might try to use a sheet or two before I destash. And then, yeah, more heart stickers, and I found some doilies. I thought I had used up all my doilies, but I found a couple extra doilies, which for me, when I think of like old-fashioned, old-school Valentines, I think of like a paper heart surrounded with like a doily frame or a doily edge. So these are all like, this is all that we have to work with, but even though I have all these like stationary type supplies, Oh, you're a little bit high. Maybe I'll bring you down. Oops, that's the wrong way. This way. Okay. Even though I have all these stationary like supplies, so I'm like a fit of like maybe I want to collage again. I don't want to build too much up in my journal because it's only January. Sorry for the bump. It's already January and it's very crinkly, and I know some people really like a chunky journal, but this is going to be too chunky if 1/12 of the year is already like this. And it's just because I think I used watercolor on some of the yearly spreads. Oh yeah, any page that I use watercolor definitely got wrinkly or crinkly, warped. Warped is the word, I guess. So I think I want to avoid watercolor, and but I kind of feeling like I want to try cut paper collage, which is like my old stomping grounds, and I haven't really done it in a while. So one idea is I have a stash of, oh, sorry, that's off camera. I have a stash of like pre-painted papers that I use. And if I need a specific shade or texture, then I'll paint more, but I have plenty of pink and reds, especially pinks. So I'm not gonna paint any extra, but I was thinking, oh, you guys, it's just the start of the live and I'm already misplacing things. I'm looking for, okay. Oh, this pulls out like my little stash of like vintagey type, what are they called? Like letterpress cards, and there are some vintage scrapbook papers in the back here, maybe using, well, that could be kind of fun, using a newsprint. I wasn't really seriously considering these, but using a newsprint type, mixing newsprint with, I say newsprint, but I mean like faux newsprint scrapbook paper. Maybe using newsprint with the painted paper. Doing a page like that. Oh, that was not. Hey, are we done? Is that kind of cute? That's I mean, that's perfectly acceptable for a cover page. The cover page is not the be all end all of the journal, but that's actually kind of cute. I'm going to take a picture of this to remember. See what it looks like with the music notes are cute. Yeah, that that is also that's a little big for the page. What other? All cute. Yes, that's excellent. That's good. It's very pretty. So if I think I will experiment with other designs or collage, but then if I don't like it, I know I can just go back to that original layout. I mean, even, I know I said I don't want to layer, but I also want to get better at this type of like layering technique. Something like that could also work. I'm gonna take a picture to remember. So yes, seems like we won't be using the Disney papers right now. And let me put these aside. But I was also thinking February, like roses. I'm not a big rose person, but it's always good to practice making, like trying new things, trying different things. So I was also thinking maybe doing like a bouquet of roses on the cover page. So like this would be the rose. Probably not a full bouquet because I don't think I'll have the patience. And then we'll just say February. And then the bookshelf here. I debated on whether I will reuse the bookshelf again because I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I think there's kind of a satisfaction to filling out a pre-set bookshelf, and you can color in each book. But since I I put in the books as I went along, it wasn't as satisfying. And yeah, I think it looks cute. I think, but I also think I wanted a more clear way to see what books I'd read in the month. I have all that information digitally on Storygraph, but you have to like sort of scroll through all the book covers, and it kind of would have been nice to just see like a list. Um, and I kind of have that with the loans versus red, but even this isn't. You can't see it at a glance because I have to like sift through, sort of like not scroll. What's the word? Scan, and see which books I actually read versus the full list of loans. I might go through and highlight all the books I read so it pops out more. But I think I will continue with this because it's interesting to see which books I don't end up getting to, and maybe I will want to return to them one day. And that this is the way I have a record of the books that at one point in my life I was interested in reading, and then I never got to it then. But that doesn't mean I can't return to it later. For now, I think I will build a bookshelf because I remember in my initial brainstorming sketches for my reading journal, I wanted to do like a heart-shaped bookshelf. Like I remember thinking that would be really cute. I don't know if you can see that. January was an arch because everyone seems to do arch windows and arch things in their bookshelves. So I was like, oh, I'll do a heart-shaped bookshelf for February. So I think I'll stick with that. And I think I'm going to, I don't know. I mean, it could be kind of fun to do a bookshelf, just cut out a bookshelf out of a painted paper, or not, sorry, out of the scrapbook paper. That would be easiest. But then it wouldn't really vibe if I'm going to do collage on the other side. I think I will just have a template. Potato chip clip. I think I will, yeah, let's just cut out a bookshelf with this paper. And if I don't use it, it's fine. I have another sheet and I can use this. I can use the scraps for other things. Make a rough outline, like so. And let's go with that. I need to just like make decisions and commit and not compare. I've really been enjoying watching reading journal videos lately, and obviously these people who have high performing videos have been doing it for a while, and they know what works for them style wise. And how many? We'll just do a 3 like that. Sorry, bear with me. I'm not able to talk and journal at the same time. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so watching reading journal videos, they're like very professionally done, like production quality wise, good lighting, good framing, good audio, good music, all of that. And then I get like self-conscious about sharing on YouTube. We are just eyeballing it. It would be good to here. Let's try to make it a little bit straight so we don't have crooked bookshelves. But I just got to do my own thing, and I realized that my reading journal is probably not very informative for a lot of people because I don't track the same things that a lot of people do. For example, like physical TBR. I don't have physical TBR because I don't have physical books to read, which is fine. I can work with that. I think I would really enjoy annotating books too. Like that's definitely something that is creatively and like process wise, I could definitely see myself enjoying that. But I don't have physical books in English anyway to do that with. But we are, not that that has anything to do with reading journals, but we're working with like what I need. And like I said in my setup video, I believe, I wanted like a creative outlet for expressing like thoughts about reading or just like commemorating a book. And so, wait, is this wrong? I don't know. Let's cut it out and find out. I think I was, I'm confused. We're just eyeballing things here. Oops, that worked. Yeah, I think I wasn't supposed to cut across there, but it's fine. It's glued down onto the paper. No one will know. Anyway, yeah, just dealing with marching to the beat of my own drum and figuring out what works for me or what. That would be a bookshelf for February. And then, we could also just use this paper and continue with that, like so. That could also work. Take a picture. Or we could make things more difficult and try to do a bookshelf out of the painted papers. Don't know if it would work to mix the scrapbook paper with collage paper. Another thing is, actually these are probably going to be too small, but I think, yeah, based on the height of those bookshelves, they're going to be a little small. But I had these stickers that, these are the stickers, and then they had the, the margins, and I noticed, like, if I just cut the margins into sections, they kind of look like book spines. So I was like, oh, maybe I could use these as like stickers to write book cover or book titles on, and use them for my monthly bookshelves. But these are a little bit, I mean, I could redo the bookshelf. Yeah, I saved these margins of these stickers because I can't throw anything away. I literally can't throw away anything that is paper and could possibly somewhere, sometime, purple flowers, have use. Oh, these could be, this is my pile of like nearly all used stickers or ephemera that I want to try to use. Oh, that refers to my Valentine on it. There's a heart there too. Be my Valentine. What I need to do is just commit to a style, a design, and then allow myself to start another journal for experimenting with the other different creative ideas I had for Valentine's Day themed spreads. Dexta, that's a good idea with the stickers, right? Like, I was like, oh, these margins seem a little, it seems a waste to throw them away. What was this? Was it something like this? Ooh, or I can make a bookshelf out of the Dexta. Yes, I really like the one with the music sheet, right? Like this, I feel is like a more, not palatable, but it looks more like, what's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Safely, like it'll look good. And honestly, I can collage just in my sketchbook or somewhere else. Practice making roses somewhere else. I don't have to do it in my reading journal. You never know when you'll use those scraps pieces of paper. That's what I tell myself. That's what we all tell ourselves, isn't it? Janeth asked, do you have any advice for someone who wants to start a journal? Depend on, just start. I guess there's all different kinds of journals. You've probably seen across my channel, I have all sorts of different journals, and my journaling style, like the types of journals I use and how I like to use them has definitely evolved over the years. What kind of journal do you want to start, Janeth? I would say just start. I know the pressure or like the if you have a nice notebook, for example, like I can definitely understand not wanting, like being scared to mess it up. I feel that way all the time, but you just gotta start, because like once you start, if it's creative journaling, once you start creative journaling, then you start to figure out what you like, what you're good at, what you're not good at. And honestly, I still feel like I've been doing all sorts of creating journaling for years, like much longer than I've been on YouTube. Because this is the sort of journal I did like before sharing journals online was a thing. But yeah, you just have to start and like try things out to see what you like and also what you like could be different from what you actually end up doing. Like I like watching all sorts of different styles of journaling, like really cute journaling with a lot of stickers. I also like watching like vintage style and also like more scrapbook style, like styles that use a lot of like kits or packs or like pre-made kit, like pre-made sets. Like I will watch all sorts of videos, but don't end up doing them myself. And another thing with starting journaling, I think, is if it's creative journaling, you'll probably like. I know for me, like I got really, it's not the word obsessed, but like once you start, then you see what other people are using, you want to buy more supplies, more stationery, more stickers and stuff. But you really don't need all that. Although maybe it's a trial and error process of like you have to go through that to figure out what you do like and what you do actually use. I would really like something that was like a hobby. Yeah, I mean, this is a hobby for me. Oh, I had an extra music sheet. Literally after I spent all that time cutting it out. That's fine. We'll just keep that there. This is a hobby. There's nothing. It's a hobby that sometimes I put. Sometimes, like a hobby can sometimes not be stressful, but sometimes they do fall behind on my journals. And this year is I really want to not care about like being perfect, like keeping up with it perfectly. But yeah, maybe I'll just do February in cutout in the painted paper letters. And that is how I will tie in the painted paper collage. Bex does this. I always start strong and then end up not doing as much and get so frustrated that I didn't finish them. Yeah, like empty. Like I also am very bothered by empty pages in a notebook. But just for reference, this is what when I just like randomly slap down things. There's hearts and the newsprint. I feel I really don't like blank pages, so that's why I didn't go with a daily notebook or a daily journal for this year, although I ended up doing a daily journal anyway in a blank notebook for January. I think for February I'm gonna do half pages for my doodle diary because I'm already like January I was feeling good, I was motivated, also I was less stressed, but February like I had a couple busy days, so I'm already behind and I don't want to feel like I have to catch up, and I don't want this hobby, which is supposed to be healing and soothing, to be stressful or a chore. I'm just looking to see if I think this music page is a little bit long. I think I'll cut it down to size like so. This is very real-time journal with me. You guys are seeing everything happen as it happens. I kind of want to redo this bookshelf with the music paper, but it feels, I think that's too much. Like you can't really tell. It's not the same matching scrapbook paper, and we don't want to spend way too much time on this. So only you guys will know that it's not the same paper. Yeah, I will cut down this music paper. Ooh, should I rip it? Let's rip it. And then if we don't like it, we can trim it. I think ripped looks okay. I initially thought I'd have the bookshelf grounded. That leaves a lot of space here. So it will have floating. Yeah. As for this, because I need to write February, and I think I like this big one versus this one. Ooh, no, I kind of like the square too. What do you guys think? A, square, or B, bigger piece? Let me know if you have a preference. I'm gonna look through my pack to see if I have any others that will work. Where will we post it on? I guess this tag should be more vertical. Dexter prefers a square. Use the tag. Ooh, these are cool. I'm gonna sort out other random stickers from. Ooh, this is pretty. Literally said I don't want this journal to get bulky. And then in the same 2 minutes later, I turn around and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna layer all the things. Maybe we could do vertical. Okay, letterpressy type papers here. Stickers go there. And oh, it says happy birthday. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with, I kind of like this a lot actually. What was it, square? Was that too much? Kate, hello, I have a break at work, but I made it. Looks amazing. Welcome. Happy to see you, Kate. Sorry you're working on a Sunday. But I hope you have a good day at work. And I really want to try to figure out how to use this, but maybe not today. I'm also nervous because like the final completion, like a journal is complete when it's filled with writing. And I always am disappointed with the writing, with my writing. Which is why I'm thinking I might use painted paper to spell out February. Which it would be easier if I had a larger letterpress paper. Okay, we're gonna start taping things down or gluing things down. I just want to try a couple more. Something like I feel like I want something a little more like color or something else behind the square. When in doubt, we'll leave it and we'll cut out some more hearts. Another tip I usually have when you're like making art is that when you're stuck or you don't know what to do, just like leave it, let it sit, come back to it, like go take a break, and come back to it later is my normal advice, and it's always good advice. That's usually how I work, but since we're live today and I kind of want to have something finished by the end of the hour, today I'm just gonna like commit and glue whatever, like have at least a cover page done. And also I might laugh because whatever ends up being the result, they might kind of be like, what, that took an hour to make, but it's just because I had so many different like possibilities and ideas and decisions to make. I was also thinking I really want this book to hold all of a year's worth of reading journal entries, and at the pace I'm going with the number of books I'm reading and like pages I'm taking up, I'm going to run out. So it might be good to should I do like this page opens up and there's like a secret in the back. So I want to like conserve some space. So my loans versus read list could go back here. Oh, interesting. No, but I like things like I think I like things flush and taped down, or not taped down, glued down flush to the page. There's a bullet journaler, reading journaler, Sherry's. She makes amazing, super creative, interactive bullet journal spreads where things are like waterfall carding, like you can pull things out. It's so cool. But if it is going to be like an interactive, like a flip out or a fold out, you'd want it on thicker paper than this. And yeah, so I'd have to tape the music paper to thicker paper to like cardstock. And what else? If I had to keep flipping it, it would be easy to write on this page, but not very easy to write on this page. I know. We're just going to tape it down. But that is an idea for future spreads, is to do flip outs or fold outs to like save up space and save pages. I think we're gonna start pasting things down because I could deliberate for hours, but yes, I can experiment in other parts of in other journals. It doesn't all have to be like be all and all on this cover page. So we're gonna start pasting down. I just wanted to find my, one second. I saw everyone's like reading bookshelves, shelfies have like, plants on their shelves, which since I don't have plants in real life, my one opportunity to like have plants is in these reading shelves. I'm just gonna pull out some plant stickers that I had set aside. These maybe I'll use for March. These are obviously the more illustrated type. So yeah, not exactly going to plan. I was originally thinking, like I said, I was doing like an old school Valentine, like doily paper and whatnot. But the music sheet, like kind of combining the music sheet with painted paper hearts, kind of looks cute. Maybe I can figure out how to, because I'm a maximalist, maybe I can figure out how to incorporate doily edges. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really show up since it's white on white, but there is cute doily edge behind that bookshelf. That could work. I wish this letterpress was like just a little bit shorter. I like the red. I like the red accent. Would it be obvious if I cut out a little bit of the middle? Yeah, probably. Hmm. Oh, wait. I could do a label. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'll do a label because something about the square, like trying to fit February in a square was like challenging me. So that works. Yes, I think the label will work. All right, let's start pasting. Let's start pasting and then have a spread finished. I see, I didn't really do much um, playing around with the hearts, but let's make, sorry, I said we're gonna paste, but let us make a couple more hearts. I didn't actually mean to commit to this shade of painted paper either. This was supposed to be practice shade. It's kind of like a, like I have prettier, I have like hot pink. But no, we'll go with sort of this muted red, sort of watered down red because the vintage, right? The vintage background papers. Well, kind of hot pink looks kind of cute too. Eek! Ah, wait, the hot pink looks kind of cute. Hold on, let me just cut out a couple hot pink hearts and then we will decide. Okay, so one was take a picture to remember. One was like faded, sort of watered down hearts. And then another option is more fuchsia type. hearts. What is everybody doing? Where is everybody tuning in from? I'd love to know where everybody's from. I am about to send out my giveaway happy mail from my last couple of videos, and it was so fun to see where everybody is from. I'm sending out mail to like the US, but also like India, Thailand, Indonesia, all over. Ooh, I kind of like the hot pink, guys. Maybe a mix of both, says Essie. Yeah, maybe a mix. Let's see what the mix looks like. Oh, Essie, I think you're onto something. Oh, what if I had like heart? Oh, I need to start pasting down. What if I had hearts like exploding out from the back of the letterpress? I like the big hot pink heart though. Yeah, I kind of want. Suddenly, I'm like, oh, I want things to be exploding. Because I am a bit of a maximalist. I'm a bit of a too muchist. And even though I am layering, this is very thin paper. Okay, I like the mix. Essie, thank you for that tip. Very cute, says Bex. So thank you for the thank you for the feedback. We might be going overboard, and then we might regret it later. But then we'll have the record that we could have stopped ourselves if we wanted. We just didn't. All right, we'll figure things out. But let's get things pasted down. Okay, here's some plants. Got to save my plants to paste in later. And then yes, doily is going down. Doily is going to be pasted down. I need some scrap something to paste on. I don't need more supplies. I don't need crafting supplies. I don't need stationery supplies. But I did see some people use like a needle glue, but it comes out of a needle point applicator for stuff like this lace, because like, I don't know if you can see, but when you use a glue stick on something that has a lot of holes, it gets all over everywhere. So a needle point like applicator would be really handy if you're gonna do stuff with like lacy cutout paper. Although the answer would just be don't use doilies or like lacy pieces of paper. But yeah, I'm trying to, I haven't committed anywhere officially. I'm just playing around with the idea of trying to do like a no spend February. And maybe I do need to like announce it somewhere officially so I keep myself accountable, because I have not been keeping myself accountable to my stationery ban of only buying stationery that's book or dragon themed, because I definitely bought some stickers from Daiso the other day that are neither book nor stationery themed. So yeah, I would like to do, not that I've been spending too much lately, but I want to see like if I do a no spend month, if I get more creative with like using up my stash and also save money, obviously. Yeah, and just I've never done like an official no spend challenge before. What I'm doing here is obviously the edges of the toilet paper kind of show. So a trick in journaling, like layering things, is to like cover the seams. I've said this in other videos, but if you cover the like the places where two edges meet, usually that's like a good place to put a sticker or something. Like, yeah, a sticker, like a bit of washi tape. That's usually like a nice like focal point to put like an accent or a highlight piece. Okay. Put a heart there for now. Actually, not for now. This paper is not coming back up if I paste it down. So not for now. You are going down there. This is really interesting. I mean, I pulled out vintage just in case, but I was not expecting to go with like brown and pink themed spread. And then we want like, this is gonna be here. I kind of like the idea of exploding hearts. Although now, because this label is smaller, it's looking kind of small. Maybe I'll just use the big one. And then I can I can make it look smaller with hearts kind of covering it. Yeah. Oh, how the process evolves. Was not expecting that change. I mean, the original photo, like that kind of minimalist look would have been also very probably more palatable, but I want lots of hearts. Let's do all the hearts. Oops, should have taken a picture of that before I dismantled it. This glue is a gift my friend gave me from Japan. It literally says glue, but it is square. It's a glue stick that is square, so it's perfect for when you're gluing down paper. Almost all papers that have square or cornered edges, it's like made for that kind of gluing down, which, as we all know, Japanese stationery is just on another level in terms of like functionality and like usefulness and like design. Yeah, maybe two. And maybe make this part a little smaller. Okay, and now I feel like something needs to be, need like more. Ooh, heart in the middle? Hmm. Maybe just like right smack dab in the middle. Why not? And then I think if I do February in painted paper, it will look okay. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay. Yeah, further down. Yep. Okay. Hmm. Feels a little bit big. Just a little bit. Yeah. Let's go. Anyway, yeah, Japanese stationery. Literally, as I was proclaiming I'm going to do a no spend, I've also been like watching stories of other people who are in Japan right now and like visiting all the stationery shops like Midori and Traveler's Note or Traveler's Factory. And I'm like, ooh, mentally like making lists of all the places I want to go to if I go to Japan this year. So that could be like a motivation for doing a no spend February, definitely for stationery, but also like in general, like being much more aware of my spending is save money to buy stuff if I go to Japan. Do I have another something like a little heart? Oh right, I had toilet paper. Too much? Is that too much? Maybe. Probably would look better without toilet paper, but you can't really see it here. And I just really wanted to use doilies. Maybe just like along the edge or something. Just a corner, just a smidge. Yeah, we'll just do like a quarter. Yeah. Couldn't give up the toilet paper. And then this is quite thick. Usually for thick papers, I like to split them. I'm a little scared that that's gonna ruin the, oh yeah, that's this one. I don't think I can split very well. But for other like pamphlets or brochures, I like to split them before I put them in my journal, but I don't think I can split this without ruining the print on the front. That's not gonna come off easily. So we're just gonna have to paste in the thick paper as is. And then do these tarts here. Is the weather nice there? It is 41 degrees here today. Ooh, and it's like it's not winter, or it's winter, but it's not cold there, right? It's not supposed to be cold there. Here it is, what is it today? It felt pretty warm. It's 4 degrees, 6 degrees Celsius right now, and air pollution is not too bad. So that's good. I can't give up the doily. And yeah, I will. Yesterday I didn't really like Friday. I was out all day, so I felt tired. So Saturday I just sort of had a chill day. I went out for like a short walk twice, but I think today after the live I will go out for a bit of a longer walk. I remember how I had them placed before, but I like it. Yeah, I want both of like the hearts to be showing more. Goodbye, doily paper. I might use you later. What is everybody doing today? It's Saturday, like Saturday for some of you. Lucky that you still have most of the weekend left, if so, or more than half of the weekend. All right, glue that down as well, and oh, maybe I'll just add like a doily detail to the bookshelf. Yeah, why not? Like so. And, oh, right, we're not done. We have to write the title. So February, since I have this paper already cut out, I'm just going to use this reddish color. February, and it's going to cut here. And February has February, 8 letters. So we have to cut out 8 blocks. So I can do half and then 4. Yes. And then we want 2, 3, right? F, E, B, R, U, A, R1, yes. And they look quite tall, so we're going to also chop them up a little bit. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Should I bring you in closer? There isn't anything quite interesting yet, but I'm just going to cut some letters for February, and then hopefully that will be the spread. What else? Oh, I just posted on my stories too, but I thought it would take me months. I mean, it will still take me months, but I thought it would take a lot longer for me to get through Throne of Glass since I'm waiting for each book to come in from the library. But I got Heir of Fire, and then Assassin's Blade came in today, and I initially my instinct was to put it for deliver later since I wanted to read Heir of Fire first, but I did see that Sarah J. Maas, I think, I don't know if it's recent, but she said like apparently she said her preferred reading order is to read Assassin's Blade after Crown of Midnight, right? Second book, so before Heir of Fire. Now I'm conflicted because all the like the what reading order should you read TOG in? They said it's either like people will read Assassin's Blade before the start of the series or in the middle after Heir of Fire, after book 3. Now I'm conflicted. I don't know if anyone has read Throne of Glass and has any advice, please let me know. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Sarah J. Maas is like a very popular book talk. She's very popular on TikTok, I think. And she has a bunch of fantasy series, and the latest book in Crescent City, which is one of her series, just came out, so I think she's quite popular right now. I saw some cities in the US had like midnight release party for this book, which is so fun. I wish I could wish I was like in a fandom again where midnight release parties for books were a thing. I haven't started the Crescent City series yet, so I don't know if I'll like it. I am liking Throne of Glass, the first 2 books anyway. I like it more than ACOTAR, and I did not know that she wrote the Throne of Glass book when she was 16. I'll have to follow that up. I just saw it on an Instagram or a YouTube short or something, but I saw it like on a piece of trivia, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is crazy. She must be a genius. What was I doing when I was 16? I mean, having a perfectly happy childhood, but not writing epic epic thrillers. That A looks a little tall. To cut you down. February. Yes. Are we going to be able to fit it all in? I think so. The Y may be a little bit scrunched. February. Let's do another R. But yeah, I am enjoying it. It is kind of fun to be reading a series that a lot of other people have read, and so even though I'm not reading it as it's coming out, it's kind of fun to be like adjacent to the fandom, the Sarah J. Maas fandom. I think her more popular series is ACOTAR, which is what I read first, and I did not like that series as much. I'm liking Throne of Glass more. So hopefully the rest of the series does not disappoint. I know it's supposed to get pretty epic with like a wider cast of characters, and there's like really devastating cliffhanger or like ending in one of the books towards the end of the series. I think it's 8 books. I forgot to trim down the later letters, so we'll have to trim those guys. Y is 220. And I think I'm gonna have to make some of these. The F and the Y, yeah, it needs to be trimmed down even more. As well. What else is new? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna make sure everything's set. All right, February. Time to glue and then maybe put a potted plant on the bookshelf or a heart, maybe a heart behind a potted plant. And then we'll be done with the February spread. Normally for painted paper collage, I like to use a brush and something called matte medium. It's kind of like glue. I forget what like it's actually supposed to be used for. Maybe making surfaces matte before painting. But I'm avoiding using anything like water-based or watery in this journal because I don't want more warping than there already is. And we're not going to bother cutting out the holes in the letters. These are quite small. But yeah. I mean, collage always gives you sticky fingers, but if you use the matte medium, it's a little less. I feel. Maybe not. It's just a little, you can like use the paintbrush and use the glue to like place things so you don't have to do it with your fingers. I'm pleased with how this is turning out though. I was expecting to do something a little more like bright or like kitschy. Like I thought I was going to be using those Valentine stickers, right? Where'd they go? Wherever they are. But I'm glad I pulled out these vintage papers and we went with this direction. And it's still bright because we've got painted papers and the mix of the different shades of the pink. Oh, I wanted to cut down that R a little bit. It's a little bit of bright, a little bit of like tone down. I think it works. Looks so cute. Also props to your letter cutting. Oh, thank you. It is one of my skills, but you all saw the secret to it. To do, I mean, February is a little bit skewed to the left, but I wanted to avoid running into the hearts. And maybe I will put a little heart there to make it balance. Another trick is like when you're journaling and something looks off balance, you can usually cover it up by like let's say you lettered something and there's a lot of space at the end. You can usually like put a sticker or something there to make up for it. Maybe a little bit of a bigger heart. But yeah, I think I've covered it in other videos, but you'd have to go way back, like years past when I was doing more collage videos on my channel. But the trick to hand cutting out letters is, yeah, I think that makes it look a little better. Is to cut out a block like I had started. You saw me start with a block of the length of the space I want to fill, and then cut out squares for each letter. So I cut out 8 squares, and then you'll have to adjust like the width of the letters as you cut a little bit, but that will ensure that more or less you'll have letters that fit within that space, because especially when you're cutting out letters, it'd be easy to make them too big and they'll not fit in the space that you're trying to fill. So if you start with like a block and you cut down that block to fit the space, then you won't run out of room at the end. It's like chiseling like a block of marble or something. So you're making a sculpture. I just keep wanting to add more hearts. Maybe it down here. Oh, one more here, and then we'll call it a day. Ooh, I've been live for an hour and 16 minutes. Is this a good time for people? Obviously, it's a good time for anyone who's watching now. I was doing more late night, or not late night, 9 p.m. lives in Korea time on Instagram, but that's an awkward time for the West Coast in the US, I know. So I thought I'd try to do lives on the weekends in the morning. I see, that's a good tip. I don't know where you were going with the blocks at first. Oh, yeah, did I not explain as I was doing it? But that is my tried and true method that I've been doing since I was just a wee little one. And we'll put cactus. This one's flowering. Now let's put in a plant because I don't really have use for these stickers otherwise. And I know I need to leave room for my actual books for the bookshelf, but I also want to put more hearts. This one or this one? Both? Both. We can do both. Oops. Oh, you're crooked. No, don't stick, don't stick. Okay. Like, that doesn't make sense, like, physically. I don't think the cactus would be going up in front of the bookshelf, but we're going to put it down. Florencia, those plant stickers are really pretty. Yeah, they, I don't remember, like, I don't think I bought them. I think they were, like, gifted in Happy Mail, or I don't know where they came from, but I was looking around my stash and I collected I found some hearts, or some plants to put on these imaginary bookshelves. One final heart. And I think we're done. I think It's good. Now that I have plants on this side, I want some kind of like a little bit of green on this side, but no. We'll stop here for now. I think it's good. I think I satisfied my craving for like bright, in your face, like super hearts and Valentine's-y, but also toned it down a little bit. And let's look at where we started. I mean, we started with this, just plopping things down. I was like, oh, hey, that kind of looks not bad. And we also experimented with trying to add the like tags. At one point, I was thinking of trying to use the pink papers, which I think also would have worked. And then we ended up here, which is pretty close to what we actually ended up doing. Looks great. Thank you, Bexta. Thanks for joining me, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. I probably should. What time is it? Oh, it's only. I thought if it was lunchtime, I was gonna sign off immediately, but maybe I'll stay on a little bit longer. Ooh, do some AS on my gluing. I know there's like different styles of scrapping. Some people like lots of layers and like flappy edges don't bother them. I am not one of those people. Like if I've glued something down, it needs to be flush. It needs to, no edges can be flapping. I'm actually not a real big fan of like tip-ins or like having things fold in and out. I just like everything flush and glued down. I think we're good. Okay. Oh, wait, maybe I can do the loans versus red page. For January, I used some of the paper I used in the cover pages, and I cut out the letters for January. But I definitely could do that. Or I could just write it out with marker. Let me think on it while I tidy up a little bit. Or, I mean, I don't have to continue with the cover page theme. I could use those Valentine's stickers. If I could find them. Where did they go? Mystery. Oh, here they are. So I saw some of them. Oh, this one says, can you see? It says, "I know you like a book, my Valentine." Well, that's kind of book themed. And there was another one. "I've learned to love you." That's more learning. And there are some Happy Meal themed ones, so I think I'll use those. I'm so like, I'm tired. I had such a massive Lunar New Year's card, Happy Mail prep and making, that I'm a little burned out right now, but I also want to make Valentines and send out Valentines. Maybe I'll use this guy somehow. So yeah, cut it yourself stickers. I bought a bunch in the beginning of like buying stationery in Korea a couple years ago because they're less expensive. But quickly learned that it's just easier to invest in buying already die cut stickers because it is a pain to cut them out. Hello, Amy. Wow. Maybe I'll just do like a little collage. Just a little cluster at the bottom and then write Bones versus Red in writing. And if I don't like it, I can cover it up and cut out letters. I can fulfill my heart's desire to use all the doily paper. So, yeah, just a little cluster. I don't think we'll do anything fancy. I'll also just this. Possibilities are endless, but I'm getting a little bit hungry. What time is it where everyone is watching from? Oh, I also have to remember this guy is translucent, so like, yeah, I forgot about that. I can't really layer him too much. I don't know if you guys can see. So, since I already peeled him from his backing, I'm gonna have to put him down on white paper. Excuse me 1 second. As C said, it's 9:30 p.m. here. And give him a little bit of a border. Unfortunately, which is fine. The border could look cute, perhaps. Should I bring you down closer? 6:27 p.m. By the way, I'm enjoying these videos you make. Haha, would love some BTS journal ideas. Oh, before I end this live, after I finish this up, I'll pull out some of my BTS journals. My main thing was I kept a like schedule diary of, I don't know if you've already seen them on my channel, but I kept a schedule doodle diary of like every time we had content, I would record it in my season's greetings diary. And then I kept a creative journal as well. And then when I was baby ARMY, when I was first ARMY, I kept like a scrapbooking diary for BTS as well. But I think those are the two ways you could divide up BTS journaling, is like commemorating content or album releases or songs or like events like birthdays, and then also just like just journaling with paper and paper, I mean like photos and stuff. To just like play around with beautiful pictures of beautiful human beings. I did a little bit of BTS collaging yesterday for the Happy Meal giveaways, which I might share in a video, but I don't know if I should wait until people have received their giveaways before posting that, or if I should just be like, if you are receiving one of these Happy Meals, stop watching now if you don't want to be spoiled. Since I don't think this necessarily will, I don't know if this really goes, but since one of the goals of this journal is also to use up my stash, let's use up stash. Wow, I've been live for an hour and a half already. This might be one of my longest lives yet. One of my things on my to-do is to go through my old lives from years ago. I don't know if you'd be interested in that, but I did a lot of, not a lot, but every so often I do a waiting for midnight live where before a midnight release of something in Korea during comeback season, I just turn on a live and we would wait together for midnight. And sometimes I would journal while we were waiting. But the problem is I shouldn't have put this so far to the left. The reason I put my sticker in the middle for January was I had a long list. And I think my list is equally long for February. Forgot about that. Oh well. This will be loans versus red. And I kind of want to put something here, which is why I skewed that. That's correct, maybe? And I'm also like burnt out from the lino cut printing, but it was quite labor intensive. But I'm also, I may or may not have been looking at like lino cut Pinterest ideas last night for Valentine's. Which people have already sent out and received Valentine's in the mail, so I'm quite behind, but there's another potentially, maybe a little project, maybe just postcards or something. And I did pull out these markers to use, but most likely, I think a black pen will be the safest option. Oh man, I already told you guys I'm trying to do a no spend, but I did learn about this. I did discover this new pen that I really want. It's like perfectly smooth the way it goes down on paper, but it's also super fine tip. And I don't need it, but it would be very nice to have, especially for this new diary that I may or may not be starting this month. Possibly an upcoming video on that as well, but that diary is like made for like Korean users who have like tiny neat handwriting, and I am aspiring to be one of those users who can write really neat. It's kind of a dusty pink. So it's only, I mean, the pen would only be like $1 something, but that goes against the idea of no strand, doesn't it? And that's quite dark. Yeah, that is not the color I was expecting. Oh wait, I have one more. Yes, that's what I wanted. All right. That doesn't show up on camera, but I just did a little underline. Essie, pens and stickers are my weakness. I hear ya. What are your favorite pens? Not that I need to be introduced to more pens, but also kind of always wanting to know more. Might have to do a little quick surgery here because I want to add this scrap paper to the bottom. Hopefully I can lift this up a little bit. A little semi-invasive surgery. Right. Let me paste that back down. All right. Took an hour and a half, but considering that I didn't have a clear plan, that's pretty cute. And I honestly wish I did more like monthly format pages, you know, like book club. Oh, wait. I might be starting a buddy read this month. Should I leave a blank space and do like a, we'll figure that out later. But I do wish I had more format pages so I could continue on with the Valentine's theme because that was fun. But that is it for setting up my February reading journal cover pages. And I don't know if you're still watching Amy, but let me grab some of my, oh, hi. You may have already seen these. I show these a lot on my, here's some of my BTS journals. I have a whole flip through of this on my channel, and you can find that. I think it says BTS journal flip through. But when I first became ARMY, I kept this journal, which was like October 9th to December 8th, 2020. I called it like my ARMY log, and I would just journal every time there was content or news. I wrote about, their birthdays, when I first learned their birthdays. This was the hunt for Lamona when Lamona was out, and I would run around the city to all the convenience stores looking for Lamona. Set list from Speak Yourself. Writing down the days of Run BTS. I wrote down like little reminders of what each episode was. Map of the Soul. This was literally, I was watching the concert online and I had a yellow legal pad out and I was writing down like, oh my God, reactions to the concert. And I print out pictures later and Did a little scrapbook, but yeah. Savage Love, the day Savage Love came out, Hot 100. This makes me laugh. Before I got into collecting merch, I had a Map of the Soul album, and I saw there was a coloring page. And before I got really precious about merch and like saving every piece of paper that comes in as merch, I actually colored in the 7 coloring page and cut it out and pasted it in my journal, which is fine now. But I end up buying multiple copies, obviously. But yeah, so this was sort of like just like a commemorating events, like midnight drop of the B concept album photos. These days are so exciting. First time I caught a live, JK live. Oops. Yeah, so a lot of stuff like this. Oh, when I went to the pop-up shops, and like there's like the Dynamite, the different tickets, the Map of the Soul pop-ups, stuff like that. That's Gin Day tour, the birthday cafe tour. And then, so that's one kind of like BTS journaling. These are like the doodle calendar journals. So 2021, I kept records of all the content in the monthly. So YouTube, Weverse, Twitter, VLive, and Naver, the Naver blog posts, I would write down in the monthly and then do a little doodle every day for content in the daily pages. Oh, and I love having these journals. Like I love looking, like this was really fun to look back just now at the memories of all the content they gave us. And then looking back at this journal as well. Festa, beautiful Festa. And Soju, the Festa concert that really, it should have been live. Do you guys remember when Tay, like the lens popped out of his sunglasses and he was like dancing around with one sunglass lens in? So this is another type of BTS journal. And I tried to keep it up in 2022 as well, but I didn't like this notebook as much. So I kept up with the monthlies, but I didn't keep up with the daily doodles because these pages, these sections were like a little too big for me to keep up with daily wise. I don't know if I've ever shown this journal on YouTube actually, but this is what the monthlies look like, and then doodles for the daily like events and contents. Oh, like bad decisions. Wow, I forgot about Hobie Palooza, JK's camping vlog, and then Namjoon posted these like thirst trap photos on Instagram. Jin cooking. Hobie's like Jack in the Box promotion stuff. So yeah, this was the journal that did not end up being. Amy, so fun to look at. Really pretty. Thanks for showing. I'll definitely try out those ideas and do my own journal soon. I hope so. Essie said these were the doodles that inspired me to do my monthly doodle too. Oh, fun! Yay! And then I've shown this a couple times on live, but I have this journal which is just creative journaling with beautiful pictures of BTS. And I keep this around because it's not like time constrained, like it's not tied to a certain time. Obviously, I'm using a lot of album pages, and I just like having fun with like collaging and scrapbooking, but it's not commemorative. I have the dates just to remember when I did the pages, but yeah. So those are some examples of my BTS journals. And with that, I will say goodbye. It's time for lunch for me here. It was really fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you for keeping me like on task, because otherwise I probably would have like stretched this out and prolonged making this cover page, but now it's done. We've got a February cover page and I can start tracking my reading for February. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for sharing. Have a good rest of your day. You too. Have a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, or a good day wherever you are. I will see you guys on the internet sometime soon. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.